Well, the Chancellor, Rishi Sunak, said he'd do everything it takes to try to sort out the economic impact of this pandemic, and we are starting to learn what that actually means. Have a look at this. The coronavirus job retention scheme. It sounds technical, but this is an enormous move. The government will pay 80% of retained workers' salaries. It means they will be paying people to effectively keep their jobs and stay at home. On top of that, you also had VAT payments being suspended until the end of June. A lot of employers, businesses had called for that. They've been worried about those bills coming through in the next few weeks. And as well as that, universal credit, that gets a little bit more generous, raised by £1,000 per year. That's around £7 billion a year. And let's just give a sense of how that's totting up when it comes to the deficit. So how much the government borrows each year. You get a sense of how this stuff starts to mount. This shows you how much was borrowed each year in recent years. And this is the year we're talking about, the coming fiscal year where all of this is going to take effect. The budget measures. So in the budget last week, £12 billion extra was given over to COVID-19. Then on top of that, you had a second package. That was earlier this week, £20 billion in that. And then today, this third package. So that's £7 billion. That's on benefits. And then on top of that, you have this job retention scheme. Could be £9 billion. Could be even more than that. And when you take that bar in total, you're talking about 2%, just under 2% of GDP. How does that compare with other countries? Well, so far, the UK has slightly more there than Italy in terms of these COVID-19 measures, slightly more than the European Commission, who have committed about 1% of GDP, about the same as France, less than Germany, although we haven't heard about what's going to be in that. But in the US, they are promising to give out cheques to every single citizen. Enormous measures being considered in the home of capitalism and as well in the UK. An extraordinary moment here. In a sense, capitalism has been suspended as we know it. The government is going to be paying out cheques to people for just keeping their jobs and staying at home. This is incredibly unprecedented times, and it's an incredibly unprecedented move. Just shows how serious they are about the economic impact of this virus.